Well, we got a video here for the second graders today. First off, I'd like to say hi to Farah and Saman and Mayar and Lena out there. Your teacher has asked me to give you a little help with word problems. Now, I don't know what it is about word problems that gets our brains all scrambled up, but a word problem is nothing but a math problem with a bunch of words. And most of those words you really don't even need to worry about. The only words in a word problem that you really got to pay attention to are the words in the last line that tells you what it wants you to do. Now, you're working with addition and subtraction. So let's look at that. Addition what are the words that would tell us we need to add numbers together? Well, if it's an addition problem, it's going to ask us to add. It's going to ask us to find the sum. It could ask us to total together. You see, they're words. And those words at the end of a word problem tells you. If it says, add these numbers together and give me a total, or total these numbers, or what is the total of these numbers? Can you find the sum of these numbers? When you see that in the word problem, bing, it's an addition problem. That's pretty easy to figure out, huh? Think about that. Now, if it's subtraction, while I'm writing this on the board, I want you to be thinking about what kind of words do you think might mean you have to use the operation subtraction. You got a few? How about what's the difference? Because subtraction is the difference between two numbers. You've got 5 apples. You're taking 2 of them away. What's the difference? 3. 3 apples are left. So what's the difference? They could also ask you to answer a question, how many more or how many less? That's a cue that you have to subtract some numbers to determine how many more or how many less were left over. So, now, I got a couple of problems from Miss Noreen. She wanted me to go over with you. And here's the word problem. Now again, listen. There's a lot of words, but what's only important are the numbers and then what it asks you to do. So as I read this problem, watch how I solve it. 50 people went to watch the movies. Well, there's our first number, 50. 50 people went to watch the movies. 20 were adults. There's another number. So altogether, we got 50 people and 20 adults. That's all we need to know so far. The last sentence of this problem says, how many were kids? Well, we know altogether we had 50 people. And out of that 50, 20 of them are adults. So how many are kids? Well, the only way you're going to find that out is to subtract the adults from the total number of kids, or total number of people, and it tells you that there are 30 kids. What is the difference between 50 people and 20 adults? So we know that by subtracting, that problem is telling us to subtract so that we get the difference between those two numbers, and that difference was the number of kids. Now the next problem she gives me is Amina had 12 pencils. So we've got our first number, 12, and that's Amina. And those are pencils. It could have been Bob and bananas. They're just words, but they give you words because that's a story, and that's why they call them story problems. So anyhow, Amina has 12 pencils. Her mom gave her 8, so mom gave her 8. Here's our next number. We'll put that down there. Mom, little plus sign. Mom gave her 8. And then she gave 7 away to her brother. So when she gives something away, when you take something away, you're subtracting it. Now, how many pencils will she have left? Well, think about this now. She started with 12 pencils. Her mom gave her 8 more. So 12 plus 8. Now she has 20 pencils. But she wanted to share. She gave 7 of them away to her brother. If you give them away, if you take them away from what you got to subtract it. So 20 minus 7, the difference is 13. So Amina has 13 pencils left. See, word problems aren't so tough if you just think about their numbers, and it's asking us to do something with those numbers. Either sum them, total them, add them, find the difference, read the problem, and solve what it asks you to solve. Pick up on the cues that tell you whether it's adding, subtracting, or in some cases where you have to add and subtract in the same problem to get the answer. Put on your thinking caps. Vera, Saman, Mayar, Lena. It's good to see you guys. You take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. And we'll see you again with more lessons. Have a good day now. Bye.